Okay guys, yes, on Q Dash is joining us. Hello baby boy. You just can't stand me being the center of attention, can you? You gotta get in on the action too. Do you wanna come and lie with mummy? Yeah, come on up. That's it, lie down. You lie down here and I'll give you head strokes. There you go. Alright, you're gonna get this poking up at you for most of this chat. If you're new here, hi, my name is Elle. I'm an interiors and lifestyle blogger and YouTuber now. And welcome to the first video of our primary bedroom rental makeover. Now, those who have been watching, you know, recently or for a while, which thank you by the way for your loyalty, it is truly humbling. You may be thinking, well, you're in the middle of your home office renovation. Why are you starting two projects at once? We're not starting two projects at once. To cut a very long story short, which we all know is going to be about 5 hours long once I've explained it, but we've had to stop on the home office, at least for this year. So to kind of explain it to everybody, our home office is technically the second bedroom as this rental property was advertised as. It's in the attic room. So you go up the stairs from the ground floor, there's the bathroom, the primary bedroom, and then there's another set of stairs up into the second bedroom, which was going to be my home office. It's literally, you know, apex roof. If you've watched the video so far, you'll know exactly the layout of everything like that. Our house is from the 1900s. It's a Victorian terrace home and it's a rental, so it's not the best upkeep is the politest way I can put it. And our roof has had problems since we've moved into this property. Recently, whilst I was doing the home office makeover, we had a leak and I reported it, and apparently it was a cracked shingle. It got sorted apparently. Then we've had, okay, they can't see me now babes, you have to lie down. Come on, lie down. It's lie down or no cuddles at all. We have, okay. Now he's doing the head burying thing. Okay, you can do this. So yeah, we had that leak sorted, but another one has since appeared because we had a bit of like a nice summer here in England, and now it's starting to rain because it's autumn. I think it's coming from the Velux window, because the Velux window is a wooden frame. You can see it's starting to get rotted and stuff like that. Had the guy come in the other day and he pretty much said, look, we're gonna have to get up there with scaffolding anyway to put the window in. We might even have to make the gap bigger because they don't make this window anymore because it's over 30 years old. And if we're up here, and because your neighbours have had brand new roofs done within the last 5 years or so, if there are any smaller holes in your roof, the water is just going to go through to you. Like, it's just going to happen that way. So his thing was, she might as well, the landlord, she might as well do the roof while we're up here and got the scaffolding up, because she's going to have to do it anyway. So that's where we are at the moment. And he sort of said, look, I wouldn't do anything up here for this year, because once they get the response, it's about 3 to 4 weeks to get here. It's a whole work in progress kind of thing. So he just sort of said I wouldn't bother. So for the moment, the home office makeover is paused, which is annoying, but it's fine. And basically, because I have like this big gap of content like missing until we go into all the festive stuff, I decided, well, let's tackle one makeover that I have been putting off. And I'll go into the reasons why, and let's do it now, which is the primary bedroom makeover. So I think kind of moving forward in terms of the whole rental renovation, if you're on these journey with me, we're going to do the primary bedroom now. That's the last makeover for 2023. I think the next one we're going to go into is the kitchen makeover at the beginning of the year. And then I think the final makeover will be the home office one. As I've mentioned before, there's 1 or 2 things to do in like the living room, etc, etc. We're going to do those as and when. One may be coming up shortly. Okay, just let me just censor that. There may be one coming up, but spoiler alert, there is one coming up here in the living room very, very shortly. But yeah, the primary bedroom is the one we're focusing on at the moment. It's one that I've put off for a while just because it's not necessarily the most complicated one to do. That's going to now happen, guys. If you're new here, just get used to it. It's not complicated. It's just one of the more spenny projects because of the stuff that I want to do, which I will talk you guys through in a bit. So it is one of those things where like we've got the money because we had the money put one side for the home office. but it's just like, oh god, this is like a lot of money coming out for this one project, but it's going to be worth it. And I do think I can get it all done in within a month. Like I said, there's two complicated elements to this project, and one of them is not that complicated at all. I'll go through it in more detail, but yeah, we are starting on the primary bedroom makeover. The good news for you guys is that I pretty much can get the content done, like as in complete the bedroom makeover before I start going into the festive season stuff, but I don't have enough weeks or so to sort of like basically fit all the content in to play. So for you lovely lot, you're getting a couple of weeks of double videos, which I feel like is a treat for everybody. It's going to be a treat for me, it's going to be practice up to Vlogmas, but yeah, you guys are going to get double videos for a bit. So basically it's going to follow the same 1 week on, 1 week off of videos, but you're just going to have like 2 videos in that week. I technically could just do 1 every week, but I'd like to just give myself some time to do stuff. Like this video, by the way, is literally being filmed the weekend before this comes out, because this is how kind of last minute everything has just sort of come about. Like I was meant to be wallpapering up there this weekend, not last weekend. It just didn't happen. So yeah, we have basically like, I want to just give myself some time to not be stressing every night editing up to it. So the videos are going to come out Tuesdays and Thursdays. Why is he judging me in the background? But yeah, you're getting a bit of double content treat, guys. And like I said, there's some fun DIYs coming up. I think it's going to be one of those really inspirational, if this says so myself. But I think it is. I think people seeing how like a bedroom can be made over, and I think particularly for ours, it's not a big room at all. Like I said, I think I've talked about previously, like our bedroom is, I think, pretty much the size of this living room, if not just a tad smaller. But our living room's not that big, and neither is the bedroom. It's great size for 2 people living there, you know, it's great kind of that type of thing, especially because we've got all this other space, but it's not those palatial mansion primary bedrooms that you usually see. So I'm kind of excited to show you a little bit of what you can do in space. There's going to be a lot of storage hacking because, as everyone knows with a rental, storage is like the thing that just doesn't exist in a home. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. So there's going to be a lot of, we're going to be creating a lot of storage that hopefully we can grow into and stuff. So I'm excited to take you guys on. So I'm going to take you guys upstairs, give you a tour of what's going on now, and pretty much this video is just going to be a bit of a getting ourselves sorted video. I really need to be ruthless with some of the stuff that is up there and just be like, do I honestly need to find a home for this, or can I get rid of it? And this is going to really help, you know, get things moving, get things kind of sorted in really good perspective of what we need to house in that room. So let me kiss this little puppy one more time. Alright, let's get you guys upstairs and let's take you on the tour of the primary bedroom. Okay, a little bit of reality in this room is just the stuff all over the place and the dog that followed me up, but I'm not going to tidy up because I think it's good to kind of show you guys how people live in these situations, and also just can't be bothered, but I will be clearing them for the before photos. So this is the room. Oh, Dash is going to get settled. This is the room. It did look a little bit blue on camera when I first started recording. That is because this room is north facing. It doesn't get a lot of light, so this is something that we have to bear in mind with this space in order to sort of like embrace not the coldness, but just we're going to have to do a lot of warming up this room to create it feeling cozy and stuff. But this is the space, as I mentioned, as it is directly above the living room, so at the front of the house. And do you want to lie down and not stand on the bed after I just made it, sir? Excellent, sir. Right, so yeah, as I said, it's right over the living room. It's only had the walls painted because the walls previously were yellow, and also carpet done because it was like a dark green carpet that was like threadbare. So it's not had much done in terms of a makeover other than us adding in furniture. So it's really lacking sort of like kind of TLC. If you would like to see before photos, they're all on the blog, and I will put some sneak peeks in when this vlog goes live on my Instagram. So make sure you're following me over there, and I will show you some sneak peeks of what this room looked like, because God blimey, it's something. So I'll start kind of over here. And what I'll do is just talk kind of through the elements and everything like that. So this cupboard was originally advertised as the wardrobe to the space, which God help you. It looks like this. All I really did was paint the door and add a handle in here, but it houses most of our coats and stuff, and my boots up there, and some storage boxes down there. It's also a place for Lee to put like his shoes in his bag, like when he's just not using them and stuff like that. This space, I just want to paint white, a cheap white, just to brighten it up. I kind of want to change the door up a little bit so it looks like a proper door. Put in a latch lock situation here, so get rid of this handle and basically create this into a bit of a linen closet. So we have over here, just to make sure I don't make you sick, our laundry basket. I want that to fit in here, and then I'm just thinking of adding shelves. Particularly one I thought about was adding a shelf that would house the laundry basket when it's not in use, so that it's literally not that out there. But I also wanted somewhere to put like the spare toilet rolls, the spare toothpaste, and you know, mouthwash and stuff like that. Just all those things where at the moment they're just dumped on the stairs there, which is, that's the stairs up to the home office. So I really wanted somewhere where I could have this storage. All these coats are going to get housed somewhere else, and I will talk about that in a bit. We then move over to this bit, which is pretty much the only space the bed can fit in, kind of just without being awkward. I mean, technically it can go behind me on this wall, but it's a door looking out the window, but it's nice and tucked away in this sense, that being here, so I quite like it. We're keeping the bed frame for the moment, unless I find one on Facebook Marketplace, but it's a really good one because it's got storage, so I don't necessarily want to get rid of it just yet. But I will be replacing the headboard. I got a thrifted headboard for nothing on Facebook Marketplace, I think this time last year, and I'm gonna just redo it over and yeah, create a new headboard, and then that will push the bed all the way back, because at the moment this is the headboard that matches this bed and it's chunky and I don't like it, so getting that one. Possibly getting new bedside tables, pending if I can find them on Facebook Marketplace, so I want to pay full price for them. Removing the two frames in this, and then that mirror will just be replaced with like a solid picture. New lamps, as and when I can find them. Some of these things might happen now, some of these things might just happen later as and when the makeovers go along. And then in terms of this, I can talk about the walls now, because this is pretty much where the biggest amount of wall is seen. I'm going to be doing beadboard. So I've found this wallpaper, which we're going to go head out in this vlog to B&Q to get a sample of and get some paint so we can just test it in the light. But my idea is running from here, probably about that height, maybe, yeah, just where that lamp is, across here, all the way around here will be beadboard. I'm keeping the white on there, so I'll be painting this maybe an off-white cream taupey colour. Runs across there, runs across here, and then this takes us to this bit over here. Curtains will be replaced, blind will be replaced. Again, not a necessity right now, as and when it happens. This little area will just pretty much stay the same, apart from just the wall covering. We'll fill in the holes where the old mirror used to be, but nothing here really needs to change, apart from this, which was something I picked up from HomeSense ages ago. It's a ginger jar, and I've been meaning to spray paint it just plain white so it matches in with my aesthetic, just never got around to it, so we need to do that. And then maybe replace those with something more autumnal this season. And then that leads us on to this bit here. So this is the chimney that runs from the living room upwards. It's a nice space, as you can see. It's just pretty much a dumping ground for stuff. The mirror's getting sold as well. A lot of the stuff that I'm saying getting rid of will just be sold online. And what I'm looking to do is get again a thrifted Facebook Marketplace find fireplace. I'm just thinking the mantle, not the inside, because I can just put a bit of board and maybe paint it black, or just maybe brick it up or something like that. But I think I really want to put like just a mantle resting, because obviously we've got this skating board there, but I think just something on there just to make it a feature rather than this massive blank wall. I think we'll do it really nicely. And then we've got this picture that we're just going to turn into a landscape. I won't move it now, but basically there is two switches near the door. One operates the main light, which is above the bed, and one operates what was a picture light above here. which I obviously got rid of because it was ugly, but I'm going to replace it with a kind of modern day picture light so that we've got this secondary low lighting in the space. That leaves us onto the big kahuna. So the walls are the kind of first project that actually isn't that hard to do, it's just tedious. But this is the big kahuna, this space. So chests of drawers are going. And then this is getting moved. The plan is to do a L-shape built-in situation up to the door. I think from the door to the end was measuring 260 centimeters, so that's a massive amount of space. That's 120, that gap there. And my thinking and plan is to do a full-on packed wardrobe sort of situation. It obviously will never look fully built in because that would mean kind of adding, you know, moulding at the top, stuff like that. But I think as much as I can, getting it butt up to the fireplace and then going around to the door would be really, really nice touch. But yes, the wardrobe situation basically here is that me and my other half share this wardrobe. So I have this side of the door and he has this side of the door, so we get like a 50-50 situation. That's 100 centimeters. The plan is to repurpose this for myself, so I will get the double wardrobe and then a single wardrobe to hang dresses and coats which are in that cupboard behind me. And then I'm thinking a 50 centimeter there, a 50 centimeter that side, and Lee will get his original 50 plus an extra 50 for his coats and drawers and stuff. All these stuff which houses like underwear and stuff like that will be going into here. So it's just going to be all one door, and like I said, as much as possible I'm going to try and make it look built in. The main thing that I'm having is that I've got to work out how to do the platform of just wood so it all sits on it, so it's all one nice even length, and then also work out the configuration. Pretty much I think we can get one of those there, and then we'll just have to leave a massive gap, which we'll have to probably disguise with a bit of a blank board and then also just like a running kind of bit at the top. Again, all up in the air. You can tell by my voice this is a daunting process, but it's gonna look great. It will look great. It's just, it's a daunting big project and it's an expensive project, so wish me luck. Okay guys, I've got kind of leaned up on the chest of drawers because there's not really anywhere else to put you. But yeah, this project, big. We've been putting it off for a very, very long time, but I think it's gonna be 100% worth it in the end. We've gotta do it. It's just gonna feel like a really nice cozy space. A lot of the stuff, like how we live in this room, we're compromising because of like the situation with like wardrobes and stuff like that. And then I think once we get it done, it's just gonna feel really, really nice and just really kind of a great space to live in. So I've done a little mock layout. So technically that is how, hang on, that's how the room looks as I stand in it today. So you are here. So that's the situation. This is the list of everything of like what I want to get done, with the starring being the videos. So obviously be bored with paint, with new curtains and blinds. Again, if it happens this year, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. Thrifted fireplace, new wardrobe layout, DIY coat cupboard, so shelves, laundry basket, new door, new rug if I can thrift one. It would be great to break up this grey, because when they installed the carpet I said, could you have a neutral carpet, and they went grey. Grey is not a neutral. I need to put this out here. Grey is not a neutral, and it is so done. Everyone has done grey and it is just dated now because of like how many times people use it, and it's just really jarring that we have like a brown carpet in the living room and on the hallway, and then it becomes this grey situation here. So I do want to look for a rug that will go under the bed, probably like a good square kind of like not rattan rug, but kind of like a woven rug that's quite a natural material, just to kind of break up the grey, break up the situation, look pretty. And then we've got the fabric headboard, which I need to order now in order to come in time. So I did bring up my tape measure, didn't I? No, I didn't. I left it downstairs. Okay, well, we'll go get that in a bit. Thrifted bedside tables if I can. Picture light and artwork. Table lights. Sorry, I put table / wall lights, but realistically we're going table lights. Trunk / bench at the end of the bed. Not gonna happen this time around, but if I can, I definitely will do it. And then thrifted freestanding mirror. So that's what I'm looking for in terms of kind of things and things to get done. The biggest things will be the wardrobes, the walls, and then the coat cupboard. But the coat cupboard again is one of those that I could just leave for now. If I didn't get it done right this second, that's fine, but if I could, that would be great. And then the fabric headboard is another one, but that is literally going to be like, you're going to feel cheated out of a DIY video, if I'm honest. So what is the plan today? Like I said, it is pretty much doing a bit of cleaning and stuff like that in it, and really being kind of ruthless with the situation. So one of the things that I'm thinking about that's kind of inspired this is that at the moment where the bed is with storage, I have obviously my half where I sleep, and Lee has his half where he sleeps. One of mine has all my bags in it, one of them has all my shoes in it. Because I have so many shoes, I can't fit everything in like the in the drawers. So I took out all my heels and put them into a box, which is currently in the coat cupboard, and it's like a full on one of my really useful plastic storage boxes full of heels that I'm like, oh, I'll just keep them in case we move house and I'm like, I've got a situation where I can put them. But realistically speaking, I don't know why I'm holding on to them, because I don't wear heels. There has not been any time in this last kind of, I want to say 3 years, that I've reached for those heels, apart from my wedding shoes, which obviously we will not be getting rid of. But I haven't reached for my high heels at all. And I'm just like, why am I holding on to them? They're just taking up space. Why am I holding on to them? Realistically, if I desperately needed some nude heels, I'd just go and get some new heels. But just because I have them and not using them now, it makes no sense. So I'm going to go and donate those to charity. The charity that I'm donating them to is SmartWorks. We have a chapter here in Leeds. SmartWorks, if you don't know, is a great charity that helps women get back into the workforce, whether it be after a long period off due to child care and pregnancy, or just helping them get out of a abusive situation. They help mentor them, get them back in and stuff like that. And they're always looking for work clothes to be donated to, because what they do is they provide them with an interview like uniform, and then they provide them with some basics to get them through the first month of like working in their new job. So they're perfect, the heels that I have for them to have, because none of them are like sky high heels, but they're great for the office. So I'm gonna go and donate those there to them. There'll be loads of stuff like in the bottom drawer is just like a junk drawer of stuff that will have things to you know, get rid of, donate, etc, etc. But I just really need to cull everything. Bags as well, I know there's some bags in there that I have just not ever reached for in a while, so I need to do that. So I'm going to take you on a little time-lapse journey of me basically culling everything out, and then like I said, I need to head to the DIY store to get a sample of the wallpaper if I can that I want to use in this space, but also I need to get a sample of the paint that I'm thinking of, because I'm thinking of going quite dark with like the headboard. I'm thinking of keeping everything quite neutral on the walls. So like I said, a bit of like an off-putty linen kind of colour on the beadboard would look great. I think it'd be good if I could go really dark, but I think for now just keep it neutral. If I want to paint it again, I can. So we need to kind of get those bits and just see what some of the colours I'm thinking of look like in this light. And then that's pretty much it for the video for the moment. It is just going to be sitting down, ordering stuff, getting the fabric here in time so that next week I can start working on that project, you know, ordering the wallpaper so I can start doing etc, etc. When I say wallpaper, by the way, it's just a hack that I'm doing with beadboard. You can buy it as a wallpaper, which is like a textured wallpaper that looks like beadboard. I know you can buy it as like the hardboard situation, but for the space we're in where it's very low traffic, I don't think it's worth it, and it's very expensive. I'm thinking about doing beadboard in the kitchen, and I think definitely for the kitchen I will go with a hardboard situation because it is a high traffic area, but for somewhere like this I think the wallpaper will be absolutely fine. I have rambled on to you guys a lot, so thank you if you're still here. But yeah, let me set you up. Gonna drink my coffee, which is one of those Khalifa Farm pumpkin spice limited edition cold brew situations. Set you up, drink my coffee, and let's do a little bit of throwing out basically, which we're not throwing out, we're donating, but that's just the general way to describe it. Okay, we are back where we began this vlog, and of course he's coming to join us. So I did a clear up. I'm actually proud I passed out because there wasn't much actually to get rid of, in a sense. The bottom drawer of our chest of drawer is kind of like a dumping ground stuff. Like, it's got like my belts in there, the steamer, like a couple of memorabilia, jumpers, like my uni hoodie and stuff like that I wouldn't want to get rid of. But there's not much else in there apart from actually my flight socks and stuff. But all of those I'm like, okay, well, when we do the wardrobe, they can all go up on the top bit because they're not necessarily things like my uni hoodie. It's not something that I'm wearing all the time, but it's not something I'm gonna get rid of anytime soon because it's memorabilia. So there was that. I managed to take all my bags out of the back drawer where they're sort of like kind of locked in because of where the bedside table is. It blocks the drawer. And put them in the box that the shoes were in, along with my wedding shoes. And again, I'm like, okay, so the wedding shoes can go up top because I only really wear them on special occasions. And then I'm thinking actually in the kind of under the stair cupboard, as I'll call it, the linen closet. Actually, I'll call it linen closet, change my mind there. Like, I could maybe make myself a bag situation. I was quite ruthless with the bags. Anything that was just not practical, I got rid of. There's a couple of saddle bags which I'm like, okay, they're more holiday bags, which I might actually move into like my spring summer wardrobe, because there's definitely a couple of bags where I'm like, I'm not gonna wear you now. You don't quite go with the season. So there was those things, and there was like my special bags, like the bag that my friends got me for my 30th, and like Michael Kors bag and stuff that I would never get rid of. There's also my Cambridge satchel bag. It's a beautiful little navy blue satchel bag that has my maiden name initials on them. So it's got my ER, which that's my before I got married initials. Royale. So again, it's one of those where it's like, I'm not actually going to use that bag, but I always was like, well, if we have kids, maybe my kids might want to use it because it's quite cool and vintage. So again, that is a bag that can go up into kind of like the wardrobe storage and be out of the way, but not necessarily got rid of. So yeah, I was proud of pastel of stuff because everything was relatively easy to sort of organise and tidy. It's currently all dumped in the hallway. We're going to be going past the recycling centre and the places where you do the drop-off stuff tomorrow, so I'm just going to load up the car then. I put my hair up. Leave a little comment in the comment section down below if you knew that that was going to happen within the first half of this vlog. The hair was going to go up. I'm literally going to scrape it back into a ponytail in a bit because I'm going to head out to the DIY store at the same time taking him for a WALK. So yeah, did all that, measure up the headboard and just ordered the fabric so that that comes in time. And then did a little kind of just off camera, just measured the car. I was realistically thinking, could I basically, could I fit the Pax wardrobes into my Citroen C1? No, I'm proud of Margot. She's fit a lot in there. If we can record this 3-seater sofa with chaise fitted into the car along with me, the driver, and my other half. His back's not quite been the same since though. Margot can fit a lot of stuff in her, and she might have been able to fit Pat's wardrobes in her. The ones that we have, if you didn't notice, we've got quite high ceilings. I think we've got like 2.5 meter ceilings. They're very high. You know, compared to another, like a normal new build house. So we can get away with going with the 2, 3, 6 centimeter wardrobes, which is the one we've got currently in the alcove. So obviously, so that I'm not rebuying wardrobes, I wanted to match all the height and obviously go as tall as possible for, you know, non-everyday storage and whatnot. I was like, what is he eating? He's finishing off his breakfast. So yeah, Margot can fit them lengthways in her car. I thought that was quite impressive. Did you just paw me? Hello you. You've been very cute, aren't you? Also guys, just on the side note with him, this vlog's taking every turn. I bet you're being nuts, but it's somebody's birthday on Monday. Yeah. So he would have had his birthday the day after, the day before you're watching this, so he's 2 years old.
But yeah, so going back to the wardrobes, they could have fitted in a Citroen C1, but like lengthways. Oh, you're right, baby. Oh god. So yeah, before we were rudely interrupted, could have fitted in lengthways, would not have fitted in, yeah, widthways. So I'm going to have to order those to be delivered, which is annoying, but I mean, maybe I can find a friend that has a big enough car to do it, or a van. It's probably just better just to order it and get it delivered. So that is something to bear in mind. I've detailed exactly what we're doing each weekend in terms of like the projects we're going to take on. It's going to be pretty much every weekend we're doing something. I actually had some leftover holiday because at my new job, our holidays run from your birthday month. So for me, my holidays run from beginning of November to October time. So when I joined in July, I actually had a couple of like days left over. So literally up until the end of October, I've given myself a couple of like Fridays off, and I think I've actually got like a Thursday, Friday off, which will definitely be wardrobe day and stuff. So I'm kind of timing sort of the DIYs with as and when I'm doing sort of, you know, we've got additional time off, so it's not just like a full weekend of doing stuff. But the first one will be next weekend when I have the Friday off, as you're watching this. Just to give you an insight of what real time's happening and stuff like that. I am feeling a lot confident with everything. I think the anticipation I have with this is just, it's a room that we obviously use every day in terms of sleeping and getting ready in. There's going to be times when it's a bit chaotic, you know, particularly as I sell things and then have to put stuff into storage. Things like, obviously, when I sell the chest of drawers on Facebook Marketplace, like, I'm going to have to find a place for them to go, like, if we build the wardrobes first, or if we, like, sell them first. I've got to find places to put like all that stuff, and that's kind of what's making me nervous about doing these things. But it's really the only way we can do it, because we don't really have a spare room to stick everything into at the moment. So I think that's really what's put me off, is just like doing DIY in a space that you're kind of using every day, and it's not like you can just avoid that room. Much like the home office, we can avoid that room if we needed to. But I'm excited to start this DIY. So as I said, I am kind of done all the admin side of things. I've been ticking them off in my little notebook as I go along. So really what I need to do is head to the DIY store, pick up a paint sample, and just basically paint a piece of paper on the colour and just see what that looks like in different lights in the room, if it's going to do. So I'm really excited with that, and just have a look at paint. Who doesn't like looking at paint colours and whatnot? I think I might also go to Home Sense, just because it might be nice to see a few things and stuff like that. I have always wanted in our bedroom the massive Ralph Lauren table lamps. I think it's a bougie purchase. Like my Ralph Lauren floor lamp that we have in our living room was a very bougie purchase, but I do not regret it whatsoever. And I think the table lamps will be another one of those things that I do not regret. I just want a big statement lamp in there. I love a good big lamp situation. So yeah, I think I'm going to do a little bit of run around of everything. As I said, we've got to take him out for a walk. But yeah, excited where everything is moving with this DIY, and apologies if this is all over the place. I don't mean to drive you nuts, and I appreciate you being along for the ride. So I'm gonna go and get countrified up and stick a baseball cap on, get him loaded up in the car, do the pit stops at the DIY store. Let's take on a little bit of a walk with us, come to the countryside, and then yeah, once I do that, I will drop him back off, go to Home Sense, do all those spiels. All right, let's put you in my bag. Let's get on our way.
I look disheveled. We've literally been out and about all day. Go check out on Instagram to see what we got up to. We were at a pumpkin patch and then we went out for a big dog walk and stuff. But it is literally the next day. I apologise for literally not really speaking to you after heading out to B&Q and everything like that. I got really ill and just fell asleep on the sofa, but feeling great now. But I did pick up one or two, I did do one or two things in the evening, such as paint the sample, and I put up the paint charts in the room. I am gonna need your help though, guys, because I am not sure about what I'm going with this colour. So let me show you what we're working with, ask you for your help, and then we will sign this off so that I can get this edited out for you on Tuesday. If you are still watching at this point, because I feel like this vlog could be an absolute disaster, I really appreciate your commitment to these videos. So let me turn you around and show you what we're working with. So ignore everything on the bed there. This is the sample, so this is what it will look like on the walls. Hopefully it's not as yeah, it's not that kind of, you can see the marks kind of here, but I think that's just because it's where it's been marked in the store. I've just kind of pressed it there and it's not as actually delicate as it looks like it could be. But this is the board and batten wallpaper. As I mentioned, in a more high traffic area I'd go for the boards, but for this room I think it would absolutely be fine. I don't think I mentioned as well that I am contemplating completely doing this chimney in this, and then the rest of it just doing it half. I saw an image on Pinterest and I thought that could be a very interesting look for this room, but I'm not happy with any of the colours, if I'm honest. So this is Farnball Dimitri or Dimtri, and then I got these two from Valspar. Puff pastry is definitely too pink for this room. Biscuits is not as yellow as it's looking like on camera, but I don't know, it still doesn't look quite right. Dimitri is also not looking right in this room. If I kind of turn, you can see the samples there a little bit. Oh, did do two behind the bed. I just don't know if this is the right direction to go in these colours for this space. And part of me is thinking whether or not I just embrace doing like a dramatic colour in here. I definitely need something with a warm undertone. So I was thinking like a brown green, like a very dark brown green, or like a brown red in here, something like that. I kind of wanted to go the taupe route, but I think it's just going to come too yellow with the light in this space. This is about, let me have a look at my watch, 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a grey day. So you can see how, if I turn, this is a very dark room. Oh, hello Dash. So it does need something without blue in it. But I think also I have to be cautious about going yellow. So I would really appreciate some comments in this video telling me what direction you think I should go in, because I'm actually quite stuck. I've got time to make my mind up. Obviously I still have to wallpaper this before I need to commit to a colour, but I'm hoping to get it all done the weekend coming up. So yes, any suggestions much appreciated. So that is very much where I'm up to with this makeover at the moment. I'm going to sign off now so I can edit this video and get it up and let you guys all know what's happening with the makeovers. Do follow me on Instagram, like I said, much more coming that way in terms of what's going on and stuff like that, plus polls and just asking you general questions about this. But hopefully you're going to enjoy the next kind of couple of weeks, month or so with like this makeover. I got approval for the wardrobe layout from Lee last night, so we're heading in the right direction in terms of doing these makeovers. Very excited. So hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, leave me comments, subscribe if you're not. I think I can make it to 2,000 at the end of this year, fingers crossed, so we'll see. But yeah, have a lovely rest of your week, guys, and I will see you not next week, the week after, for the first of many vlogs to come in this rental renovation. So yeah, have a great rest of your week, guys. Bye.